Everybody. We are here for another wonderful Saturday for Social Story Saturdays. So I hope you're having a good day. There is some work going on in the background in the neighborhood, so I apologize for that. That was not scheduled. So if you have some trouble hearing this, it will all be posted soon um, to our website as well, but also in a separate video I will record after this work has ended. So as early as today, but no later than tomorrow. So in that regards, I will be spending a little less time. I was planning on going through some tutorials with you for generic and personal social stories on from a parent's perspective. So that won't be able to happen just because I don't want to have poor quality of the background noise. So if you have any questions, definitely send them and we will, answer you as soon as possible. And my name is Lindsay Dragon. I am the administrative assistant at the Misericordia University Autism Center, and we are part of the Autism Collaborative Centers of Excellence, or ACE, ACCE. There are 5 hubs and a couple other entities. There is the East Stroudsburg University, the University of Scranton, Misericordia University. Then we have Hope out in Williamsport, and there is also the Hazleton Hub Children's Service Center. And then SAFE, Supporting Autism in Families Everywhere, along with the ADMI out in Lewisburg, are also part of the hub's centers of excellence. So if you have any questions at all for any of the hubs in your area, you can go to the website. It is allone4autism.org, and I will put that in the comments here so you can easily access that. And I am looking forward to any new topics or stories you may have. Today we're going to focus on one for swimming. So if you have any questions for us at the Misericordia Autism Hub, you could email us at autism@misericordia.edu. So there is several different ways to begin talking about social stories with your family. And one of the things that I do is I try to target something that we're currently having trouble with. And right now, that's the swimming pool. We were fortunate to get one of those in January. We were preparing for their birthday parties, and we got a swimming pool, knowing that drowning is the #1 cause for individuals with autism. Deaths, like drowning, is key for us, and we haven't been able to do our swim lessons. We didn't know that then, but it was kind of a blessing in disguise. So we're very excited to have the pool open, and we are definitely seeing some trouble behaviors with that as of now. So what we're seeing is our kiddo, when he wants to go to the pool, he just will take his shorts and underwear off, and he's like, let's go to the pool. And he'll go get his swimsuit and put it on, and he goes out and he gets in. And that's not okay, because he needs to ask first, and he needs to have permission, clearly, but we have other factors to consider. So I did a customized story for I Want to Go Swimming, and I also did a generic one and a generic The Pool is Closed. And I will do a personal The Pool is Closed social story, but I'm not sure yet how to do that. That'll be part of the video that I post later today or tomorrow. So I have started it with I want to go swimming, and I included a picture of him and his brother in the swimming pool. And it's very simple, very basic, one sentence. He can read it or you can read it to them, but it's not a ton, and it's an actual photo of them in the pool. So the first thing that was hard for him to understand was that if it was raining or lightning or, something with the weather, you can't go. It's too cold because we've had that crazy weather. So what we did was we put on there, first you got to check the weather. Look outside and what do you see? And it's a picture of a rain covered window or a sunny day. All right. So these were just stock photos off the internet. I did not take pictures of different days in our area, but just a realistic photo to go with all the other ones. So then I added a picture of mommy and dad because, if you can, if the weather's the right, then you need to ask first. So you need to come to mommy or daddy and ask if you can go swimming. Again, very simple. Too many things on one page is going to be too much, hitting on too many topics. Um, you know, what do you need to do when you can't go swimming because the pool is closed for multiple different reasons? You can't include all of those in the same social story. You have to break it down, and that was difficult for me to understand at first, was the process of breaking down things along those lines. So that window is behind me is kind of getting me, so I'm gonna adjust. All right, so the next thing we have is find your swimsuit, and not just change in the middle of the yard or in the parking lot. If you want to go swimming and you're in the parking lot at Sheets, you don't take off your clothes. So find your swimsuit and then go to the bathroom to change. All right, so I did take a picture of our bathroom, and I took this is the pair of swimming trunks that he got for his birthday. So these are the things that he will notice for him. All right, so then once he has that on, though, he's still not ready to go. All right, so you need to wait for mommy to put sunscreen on you. And why? Is because it protects your skin. So I took a picture of the sunscreen that he's used to us using, but it could have been any natural bottle. And then what we found, not having a pool here before this summer, we go out there and we're completely unprepared a lot of times. So what I had to add was, instead of going outside and then coming back in a million times, like, I'll be right back, don't, grab a towel, grab your toys. Those are the little things that you need to have before you get out there. And then the biggest thing, and I didn't really know how to put that I could have put my picture in again, but I'm going to see how this works. And if it doesn't work, then I'll adjust. But when mommy says it's okay, you can get into the pool. Have fun. I could have put mommy or daddy, grandma, grandpa, Aunt Connie, whatever. And you should try to do a test run of these before you print them. So, you brainstorm, and I did not just brainstorm on my own. I brainstormed with a couple different people. I used Jackson's BCBA, and I also used his behavior technician. So, Miss Joanna and I talked about it, and then Miss Nicole and I worked on it together. So we just did our brainstorming, Now, what I want to do when I want to go swimming was a lot easier. So when the swimming pool was closed, we had a lot of revisions. So here's our brainstorming session for, the first round. And, we just had a lot of things that we had to change, and we ended up with, the one pager here. However, even brainstorming, I missed something on there. I wanted to put on there, use the bathroom before you go outside, because so many times we have to come right back inside because he doesn't want to use the bathroom outside like boys are sometimes able to do, like his brother does, but he has to come back in, and he doesn't want to use his towel because he thinks that means it's over and he's done. So we get water everywhere. But what we've done is, I've been trying to remember that, but for him to understand it and definitely make sure he does it, I think I might adjust that social story to add, use the bathroom before you put on your swimsuit. That way it will be, in there and he doesn't have any trouble. One way to avoid those issues is to go through that process prior to printing it. So if I had it with me, just my brainstorming page, my notes, and I said, all right, let's practice this. Let's go. So we did it. And then I would have remembered, I need to put this in here. Adjusting it is not a problem. You're going to make adjustments all the time. So these are not things that are not expected, and it could change every week. Not that I want it to, but it could. Reinforcers change, all sorts of things become different. So what I want to do is add the video after this work in our neighborhood gets completed today. I've already checked on that time. It shouldn't be too long. So I will make that video and show you the generic version, of what I just showed you. I'll also show you how to do it in Publisher, which is the program that I use personally. A lot of people use PowerPoint, but this is just another way to do it, and it can give you some other options. They're all very similar. So it just depends on what you have access to on your computer. And then you can print it, which works well for us, or you can also just save it to your phone as a PDF or your tablet or computer and go through it electronically. So if you can't print it, that's not an issue. That means you don't have to shy away from color, because you don't want to use up all your computer ink, but do what best, is best for your family. And really, it can be done with anything that you're having trouble with. And one of the first things you have to do is identify the situation that you want to tackle. So we wanted to tackle the swimming pool, and we wanted to tackle, getting undressed that quickly. So hopefully we can cover those two in one social story. But that doesn't mean that that's it. There's other social stories just for the backyard that I want to do for him that we'll be featuring coming up soon. And, the garden is starting to look pretty good, knock on wood. But that's metal, so I should do something else. But, we want Jackson to be able to pick something up and eat it. But not everything is edible out there. And not everything can just be picked off like that. If it's not done growing, you don't want him to, pull it off too soon, or if it doesn't really look that great. So we want to get him to ask if he can pick it first. And we have different things out there, such as mint and, basil. And those things are wonderful to eat in small doses. But if you just put a whole leaf in your mouth, that's not really going to taste good, but they smell really wonderful. So we're going to do a lot of different textural things for the backyard. And, we have a dog. So what do you come across in the backyard with a dog? You don't get it all sometimes. So we go around with the pooper scooper. Little things like that we have to go over, because he just doesn't engage in the activity when we're doing it, on a subconscious level. I just assume that, they know what to do, and they really don't. And until we show them what to do, it's going to be little things like this, social stories, and little helps from everybody around us, all his therapists and our friends and our, colleagues. I'm lucky enough to have colleagues that, have been in the autism field for a long time. So this is definitely something that I am hopeful it can be as beneficial to you as it is to myself. And especially being at home during this pandemic, these social stories have helped me tremendously not yell, not get so frustrated or stressed, which is all things that we're all experiencing at the moment. Even with this, turning to yellow from red for the state, it's still not easy. So if you have any topics that you would want to tackle, we can do a generic version for you, and we can also help you customize it yourself. So if you are wanting to try out your own social stories, go ahead and show us what you got, and post it in the discussion on these events, so other parents can maybe see what you've done, because we're all here to help each other. And fortunately, we're able to do this way, and we can reach more people. So this is a wonderful thing. If any pros can come from this pandemic, I would say this is definitely a really, really big one. So, all right, if you have any questions, you can email me personally at ldragon@misericordia.edu. And again, the information for the ACE, the Autism Collaborative Centers of Excellence, is all1forautism.org. And we will see you next Saturday for Social Story Saturdays. And I will be posting that video. So if you have time today, check back, and we'll see you soon. Have a wonderful Saturday. Thanks.